The Volunteer Center was able to put together our project with a corporation that was willing to provide the manpower to do the project.
The scope of this project, from my viewpoint, involved about 40 people, volunteers. It lasted approximately 3 to 4 weeks, most of that work taking place during the day. Some of our staff from Historic Bethel Museums and Sites was involved, obviously, as well. Overall, you're looking at a total value, again, of tens of thousands of dollars all in for that combined effort.
The Volunteer Center has changed over the last almost 30 years of its existence, from a small organization that recruited and placed volunteers at agencies to becoming a full-service organization.
The main challenge with board members when I first came on the board was that we were really just coming to the board meetings and going through the activities, listening to the executive director's report, and then leaving. And so we were really not fully engaged in the mission of the organization or supporting the events as we are today. First of all, the organization struggled financially because the fundraising was down, and the ability for us to recruit new board members, to have the right skill sets on the board was a significant issue for us, and we needed to really engage the board and kind of motivate the board.
One of our problems was fundraising. Over the years we had a variety of fundraisers, but none really were mission-driven or mission-based.
So several years ago I led the board retreat and really tried to get the board engaged in what we knew about the organization, how we were serving it, and what was working and what was not working. And we brainstormed over, we had been doing different fundraising events and nothing really fit. So we kind of identified the great race and thought, let's come up with a challenge. Let's come up where we actually do exactly what we do as an organization. Let's match companies with our agencies and have them do projects that are sustaining projects, that the benefit goes straight to the agency, and we use it as our fundraiser so the funds come into the Volunteer Center.
This was a little bit risky for the organization and for staff because we were used to the fundraiser we were doing, we had a following. So the board itself developed the Lehigh Valley Volunteer Challenge. In the course of the 4 years, it has not only raised our fundraising revenue fourfold, but the first year we had 7 teams and now we have 14, so it's doubled the amount of teams. We have businesses asking to do projects. We have agencies asking us to be the partner with the businesses.
And we also had 100% board participation. One of the things that we've done in the last 3 years is really ask ourselves how we're serving and in what capacity we're serving the executive director and the staff here for the Volunteer Center. So we have really shifted to refocus our committees, refocus our not compliance, but just assurance of compliance with our bylaws, and go out into the community and recruit and also accept new board members coming in that make sure that we have all the different disciplines covered.
There's a lot more diversity on the board, and there's a lot more involvement from the members. You know, we have members volunteering to be on different committees. We did a strategic plan exercise. We identified some priorities for the organization, and then based on your background and skill level, people volunteered for the appropriate committees. To be on the board with people who are engaged and involved is exciting. The Volunteer Center is really a great organization. It's really involved in the community. We're always reaching out and trying to get more people in the community involved in addressing the problems that we face here in the Lehigh Valley.
I think it's a wonderful asset for a community, bringing together corporations and individuals to help nonprofits. There are many nonprofits in the Lehigh Valley, and to have this as a resource is critically important.